Alright guys, Gemini back with another video, and in this video today I'm going to talk about how the wrestling fans have changed a lot. Now, people can dislike this video all they want, they probably will, whatever. I don't take it seriously. I just consider it basically just internet nonsense to me, because that's what a lot of it is. I'll tell you what, there was a time and place when WWE would put 90,000 people in a building, and the fans would think it was pretty cool that WWE was able to accomplish such an amazing feat. Now the fans, the shit all over the show when the show is over if it's not up to their expectations. There was a time when the fans used to cheer wrestlers like Hulk Hogan, who wasn't the best wrestler of all time, but now you have a champion like Roman Reigns and you shit all over him. There was a time in wrestling where the fans were like happy with what they were seeing on TV. There was a time in wrestling where wrestling fans were wrestling fans and not internet bloggers, and we just watched wrestling and loved wrestling. And now it's online troublemakers for the most part, and it's really sad too. There was a time here, even on YouTube, when the wrestling fans would come on here for their love of pro wrestling and talking about it and talking to the other fans. And now it's just filled with groups of troublemakers, drama kings and queens, and just troublemakers, guys who it makes you wonder why they're even part of the internet wrestling community, when they just come on here to cause trouble and cause grief. And there was a time when you would go to WrestleMania and the fans would speak about WrestleMania. Instead, this past trip, nobody talked about the actual show. Everybody in town talked about NXT. Everybody in town talked about the local independent shows around town. It's a different time in wrestling when you have an entire building of wrestling fans, 93,000, 97,000 people, whatever it was, at AT&T, and they were booing Roman Reigns out the building and chanting NXT chants, for Sami Zayn. It's just a different time for wrestling. The fan has changed a lot. The fan is just quick to just say, I want to riot, I want to boycott, I want to burn the place down because Roman Reigns won. The only reason why people didn't like the end of WrestleMania 32 is because Roman Reigns won. But, if this was 20, 30 years ago, people would have gone crazy with the ending like that because of Hulk Hogan. And now if Hogan started his big run today, all you guys would boo, even though it was cool 30 years ago. It just, the wrestling fans today, even the ones here on the internet, just don't make a whole lot of sense to me. The troublemakers here on YouTube don't make a lot of sense to me. How people want to burn buildings down because their favorite wrestler didn't win the match. I mean, I've been to a million wrestling shows. I just don't get the fans today. There was a time here on YouTube, when collecting pro wrestling DVDs was pretty cool, and people always thought it was like really cool to collect and stuff. And now it's stupid because they have the network. I hate it because it has the network and whatnot. It just doesn't make any sense how somewhere deep down in these people is still a wrestling fan buried way down. It's just a matter of just bringing it out and avoiding the troublemakers. And the wrestling fans changed a lot, man, and I have to say, not for the better. It's pretty sad. A lot of these people here on YouTube and stuff, cool wrestling, I just stay the fuck away from, because they're nothing but troublemakers, idiots, morons, the first ones to bash a show when I think a show is really good. I'm not saying everyone has to share the same opinion of wrestling as me, but damn, you're going to get on my case for collecting DVDs. I'm just a fan, and somewhere along the line, I bet you were a fan too before you became an asshole. See ya.